Hello my friends, welcome back to John's Kitchen, John style. Today we are going to be preparing these pork ribs. These are spare ribs strip, that's trimmings. I'm going to cut it, I'm going to stew it with lentils, lentils with some vegetables. Okay. The first thing we are going to be doing is we are going to wash the lentils and leave it soaking in water. I will clean a little bit the fat from the spare rib strip and just season it with a little bit of salt, and then we are going to prep the rest of the vegetables for the stew. I have my lentils soaking in water. The ribs I cut it in little chunks, okay, and I'm gonna season it with a little bit coarse salt, coarse sea salt, okay. I'm just going to add a little bit to it. I have about 2 pounds the pork spare ribs strip, okay, and I have in here lentils, is 10 ounces of lentils. Anyway, the recipe, it will have everything in detail in there, okay. I put together the rest of the ingredients that we need. I have in here a piece of cabbage, a small piece of cabbage, like approximately it's going to be a cup. I have peeled carrots, it's going to be approximately 3/4 a cup. 2 celery ribs, I'm going to dice that, same thing than the carrots. I have kabocha squash. You can use, you don't have kabocha, you can use butternut squash, you can use pumpkin if you want to, that's just fine. Piece of red pepper, I will dice it, same thing than the squash, and the same thing I will do with half an onion, diced onion. It's going to be about 3/4 a cup. I have 2 garlic cloves, I'm going to mince the garlic cloves, and I have herbs. The herbs I have here is half teaspoon oregano, about 2 tablespoons chopped parsley, about 1 tablespoon fresh thyme leaves, pumpkin seeds. I had 2 tablespoons and a bay leaf. Now, whenever I have the chance to use fresh herbs, I use fresh herbs. There is nothing like cooking with fresh herbs. Today all I got fresh herbs, of course parsley you find it anywhere. And in my backyard I start growing the thyme leaves, so that's where I got the thyme leaves from. I was not able to get fresh oregano, so I'm using dry oregano. Okay. Now then, what I'll be doing is to dice these vegetables. All my vegetables are already cut, dice, carrots dice, onions dice, red pepper dice, celery dice, squash, kabocha squash, and cabbage. Everything is sharp, and the minced garlic. Okay. Now we'll be browning the pork ribs. Because I put sea salt on the ribs, it has a tendency for the water to come out of the ribs. So before I brown it, I want to make sure there is no water on it. I'm going to pat dry the ribs with a paper towel before browning them. Okay? I don't want a water on the ribs. I want them dry. So here the ribs, I already dried them with the paper towel. I pour a little bit of vegetable oil in this frying pan. Now I'm going to brown the pork ribs. Once the ribs are brown on one side, I turn them around and I brown them the other side. Once the ribs are brown on both sides, I'm going to place them on this part. In the same pan, without washing it, with the same oil is in there, I'm going to brown the onions and the garlic, cook the onions and the garlic until transparent for a couple seconds, okay? And then I will add the rest of the vegetables to saute the vegetables for a couple minutes. And then I will add the fresh herbs. I have the vegetables browning a little bit for a few minutes. Now I will add the oregano, thyme leaves, and half the parsley to it. And I'm going to cook it for about a minute. Now I will add the vegetables to the deep pot that it contains the ribs on it. The little brown stuff is stick to the pan in here that I want to add it to the deep pot. So I have in here, I have a little bit of water, hot water, boiling water. I will add to it, clean it, and add it to the ribs. Now I will add, I have boiling water here, I will add like a liter and a half boiling water. It's about 6 cups. I will be adding to the soup, to the stew, 1 teaspoon sea salt, and then I will adjust it later on when we need it. Okay? And then I'm gonna cover the pot, bring it to a boil again. I'm gonna let it cook the ribs for about half an hour and let it simmer for that time. What I want is the ribs to get a little bit soft, and then we'll add the lentils. While I was cooking the ribs with the vegetables there, I was soaking the lentils. I drained them. Now I'm going to add it to the ribs, together with the cabbage and the bay leaf. I will bring the liquid to a boil, reduce the flame, cover the pot, and let it simmer until the lentils are cooked. Now the lentils with the pork ribs ready to serve. Now we are going to serve the soup. I'm going to put first some of the lentils in there. Some of the ribs. And then, on top of it, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit with pumpkin seeds. And a little bit parsley. I will clean up a little bit the mess there. And there we have very nice dish. I'm going to serve another one the same way. So here we have two very beautiful dishes. Lentils with braised pork ribs strip. Okay? And I'm very sure you guys enjoyed this session, and I'll see you next time. Take care, bye guys, bye bye.